Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They come in pretty desperate here for a win as they've started the year 0-5.
And it seems way too early to start talking about hot seats. But guess what? When a team is 0-5, people start wondering about their jobs.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory and were never challenged in that game. Let's see if they have a little bit.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
From the 25, here's a 2nd down and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now Tannehill. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
At the 37-yard line.
Here's Tannehill. He completes it to Hartline. You look at this Carolina defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over the Lions.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. This will be fielded at the 17. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, accentuate the positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
The numbers in last week's game for Stewart: 14 carries, 51 yards.
He comes into this one ranked 9th in the NFL in rushing. I think that every member of that offense knows exactly where he sits. You can see it from every one of them out there. They're all fully committed to making this a game where it really breaks free and climbs a couple of spots.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Newton now to throw.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. So Miami coming out for their second drive. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You look at this Carolina defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over the Lions.
The best defenses I know, they draw lines in the sand and say you're not going to cross that. For most of them, it's 100 yards of total offense. They didn't quite accomplish that, but still a pretty darn good game last week. Just over 100 yards of total offense given up.
3rd and 5. Now it's Tannehill. They set up the screen to Miller. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Again, it's Miller. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
3rd and 2, Tannehill. And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Newton. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 19 yards that time for number 19. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Up the middle now with Stewart. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. The Panthers had a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. Here's 3rd and 6. Newton. That is caught. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46. Now this one complete on the slant route. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Dolphins' 40-yard line.
Again, Newton. Over the middle to Smith. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
A gain of 7. And the Panther first down.
We're scoreless after 1. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Stewart up the middle. Stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Newton to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Throwing is Newton. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
From the red zone now, Newton. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Back to throw, Newton. And his throw here is incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
He's got his target. That's complete. And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll run. It's Tolbert. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. It's the fullback. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. Tannehill. This complete to the tight end Clay. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. Now it's Tannehill off the bootleg. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Play action. It's Tannehill. Throw left side complete. That's Miller. No gain, and it's second down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Here's Newton. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far as a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
This is taken at about the 14. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And they will take over first and 10. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he is finally going to be brought down, but not before he gets it to the Panthers' 34. 70 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Ordinarily, third down is a passing down, but how about that explosive run right there? And when you get a run like that, that means everything came together. Offensive linemen, they didn't just get to the first guys. They got to the second level to help downfield. And I've always said, any run over 7 yards means the wide receivers have done an excellent job blocking downfield.
They'll try the air now with Tannehill. Here's Hartline over the middle with it. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 12-yard line.
First down. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. And his throw is incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Tannehill throwing again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To throw is Tannehill. taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 40. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. His second rushing touchdown of the year and third overall. And the Dolphins are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. That time a 9-play drive, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. A dump off here to Stewart. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Newton now to throw. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Newton's throw here into the hands of Jones. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Second and 10. They give to Stewart out of the gun. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And that game tied at 7 in the second quarter. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. 3 touchdown passes there for Kenny Pickett. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. Russell Wilson has thrown a touchdown pass. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Play action. It's Newton. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. So this game tied at the half, and if you wondered who would come up with the first big play in this third quarter, we have our answer.
Well, in basketball, you know how they tell you to have active hands defensively? I think the same thing applies here. Nice job there prying the ball free. And now their guys have a chance to take the lead if they can put something together. The beauty of doing it in football, you don't get called for a foul if you hit their arms.
Following the fumble recovery, Tannehill. He completes it to Hartline. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. They'll try the right side here with Miller. Fights off the defender. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Tannehill on first down. He's able to find Wallace. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards for number 11.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10.
They'll give it up the middle to Miller. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Back to throw, Tannehill. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Holding offense.
So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
After the penalty, it's Miller. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 9 yards on the gain there, and it's going to bring up a tough 3rd and 7. Tannehill now to throw. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And at this stage in the game, sure, you wanted the touchdown. You're already in the red zone, but boy, you squandered a chance to at least get the field goal there, so no points out of this, and we stay tied.
Very disappointed team. No one more disappointed than the kicker who thought he had a chance to be the hero of the day. All they had to do is trot him out on the field. They didn't even give him the opportunity.
The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10.
Following the fumble recovery, Newton. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down. Running left, Stewart on the toss. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
The 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field. On first down, Newton. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
Now Newton. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's the Panthers punter now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
Dolphins offense returning to the field. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
And now you've got options on second down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
That close on 3rd down, I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
And taken at the 46. That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So 2nd and long, you got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Newton to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete.
That open man that time, they ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Miller. Skirts by him at the 35. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
109 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it again with Miller. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Now it's Tannehill. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8. Now Tannehill. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 34-yard line. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
Press coverage on the outside. inside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Inside handoff now. Miller. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Tannehill's throw caught there by Wallace. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Tannehill going to throw on 3rd and 1. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. They go back to the ground now with Miller. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Now 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now Tannehill. Oh, it's caught.
And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have broken our tie and have taken a 4th-quarter lead.
This is where, as a tight end, you've got to really sell that this is a run. They're going to fake the give, hope the linebackers bite, and here they do just enough. That split second, that's all it takes for that tight end to leak out into the end zone. Touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. A 10-play drive that time. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field.
They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
Dances by him. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Clock running under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. He completes it to Jones. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Holding offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's Newton. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
3rd and long. It's Newton. Looking here for Smith downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Trying to get a big strike right there and hopefully tie this game up to the late going. But the coverage was there, and this winds up incomplete.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They've dropped 5 straight coming in, so right now cherishing this lead. And they've got the football as well, 1st and 10. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. When do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Miller will get it. He has been busy today. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
They're all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. His fourth touchdown on the year.
And the Dolphins might be headed to the win column for the first time this season as they add on to their lead.
Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. All right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
So now the Panthers down by 2 touchdowns. Just over 1:40 to play. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Newton's throw complete there to Smith.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
One timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Here's 1st and 10.
First down, Panthers.
Again, Newton. They'll set up the screen for Stewart. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
They'll come up now on second down.
Throwing is Newton. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And now another one thrown incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
They snap it to Newton.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
And there's the touchdown that they needed, so they'll celebrate. But the guys on the sidelines, they've got to stay focused. The onside kick team, they need them to get the ball back.
Yeah, part 1 of the equation done. Now they need to convert and get that onside kick. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Panthers 14.
And the Dolphins are indeed going to get this, and that should all but do it. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here when they're taking a knee is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for the Dolphins, it'll be a much happier locker room here as they get that first win after 5 straight losses to start the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Panthers,